Hey, here's my favorite way to make ribs if you have access to a smoker. Let me bring you down here. I'm even gonna show you how to remove this membrane that everybody always yells at me about. First, I'm gonna take just a fork and I'm on top of the bone, running down the bone. You're just gonna go underneath this little first layer and pull up. But once you've gone across your bone like this with your fork, see how it's just coming up a little bit? You can grab one of those tabs with a paper towel or clean kitchen towel, and you just repeat until the whole thing comes off. Then I'm gonna remove the glove off of my right hand because I'm right hand dominant. Flip this over, and everybody has their favorite rub. I'm not really partial to any. We're gonna go pretty simple. I'm gonna go salt, some onion powder. My wife is real sensitive to black pepper. We're gonna eat these ribs together, and some garlic powder. If you've noticed, I've taken the cap off of these already before I touch the ribs. This way I don't have to fumble around with the cap. I can keep my glove hand nice and efficient. Flip this over and season the other side. It's starting to rain on me. I always like to keep track of my clean hand and my dirty hand, and my smoker has a thermometer built into it. When using any thermometer, sometimes there's a dimple stamped into the steel right here. That's where it reads the temperature from. So you want to make sure that dimple is inside of your meat. And it's always good practice to insert your meat thermometer into the thickest part of the meat. I'm using a pellet smoker. It makes things a whole lot easier to keep track of. I have it set to 275 degrees Fahrenheit, and since we did such a simple rub, we can let the smoke do all the work. See you in a few hours. These have been going about 4 hours, but 190 to 195 internal temperature is the magic number for me. I don't like ribs when they fall off the bone, or like if a bone slides out. I like to have to chew on it a little bit. Then I'll remove my thermometer, and my favorite thing to do is to splash these with a little bit of cider vinegar, loosely tent them with foil, and we'll let them rest. You can let these rest for 10 or 20 minutes and eat them right away. Or I like to hit them with a very thin coating of barbecue sauce, and char them up on a hot grill. We're always at one of my kids' events, so with ribs, I like to smoke them earlier in the day when I have time. This way I can rest them as long as I want, even if I have to throw them in the refrigerator. Because then when we finally get home for the day, I can turn on the grill, and in about 5 minutes, my ribs are crusty and beautiful. Oh, and follow me, because if you have trouble cutting your ribs, you can flip them this way. I'm gonna face them to you, and you can see the bones. It's like a built-in stencil. But look at what we did.